Saurav, you heard what Chris Srikanth had to say there. Are you satisfied with everything that he had to say on VVS Laxman's retirement?
I have honestly heard what Chris Srikanth has said about VVS Laxman, and I'm not satisfied at all. He said all the good words on television. I wish it was in his mind when he probably asked Laxman to quit after these 2 games. You know, it's very easy to come on TV and say all the good words, that he's the best, he's done this 2 years ago, he's done this 6 months ago. What I gather from whatever he said, that he's done nothing wrong. He's done nothing wrong, he's performed, and then why do you have to put the gun on his shoulder and say, listen, you've got 2 more test matches, and then it's somebody else's time. So it's not, he's just trying to say the good things on television, but what has actually happened behind the scenes is completely different.
Right, we wonder if that is going to come out and somebody is going to take perhaps responsibility for the way that VVS Laxman has been treated in the last leg of his career. But Saurav, any chance that the BCCI can make this up? Any chance they can reach out to VVS Laxman and right the wrong and perhaps convince him to go out on a high, having played those test matches?
No, I don't think so. That's not possible. That's possible because you've heard Laxman's press conference saying that he's spoken to the BCCI this morning and he's taken a call after speaking to them. So I'm sure BCCI, respected Mr. Srinivasan, would have tried to convince him and try to make him play those 2 test matches, because it's never happened in Indian cricket history that you've been selected and then you've backed out saying that you want to retire. So I think those things have happened on behalf of BCCI, and let's not just put the blame on the BCCI all the time. There are a bunch of selectors who are appointed to do a job, and if they can't do the job properly, BCCI cannot all the time succeed in doing the last minute corrections. And I think Mr. Srikanth and Mohinder Ramanath and rest of the selectors have handled this issue very, very poorly.
Right, Saurav, you're seeming obviously very, very upset with the way this entire matter has been handled. What do you want the BCCI to do as far as the selection committee is concerned? Should there be responsibility apportioned? Should there be some sort of message that should go out that whatever happened was not right from the BCCI?
Well, it's difficult for me to answer that, what the BCCI would do, but I think the selectors need to be pretty clear on their methods. Obviously, this selection committee has finished its tenure, except Mohinder Ramanath will probably carry on for another 3 years. So the new selection committee needs to be pretty clear on players and what they want and what they not want out of them. Just by saying good things on television and trying to cover up doesn't help, because at the end of the day, everybody knows what's going on. If everything was good with VVS Laxman, then why would he want to quit if even after being picked for the first 2 test matches? So I think a lot more clarity is required, a lot more, to be honest, a lot more respect is required from the selection committee in terms of players, whether it's a player who's played 100 test matches or whether it's a player who's played 15 test matches. You've got to treat players properly, and at the present moment, I think this Laxman issue was very, very poorly handled.
Clearly, it has left a lot of people very upset, including Saurav and Nikhil here. Let's just listen into some of the other reactions we got post the announcement that VVS Laxman made. Let's just listen into some reactions.
First, I would like to wish VVS Laxman congratulations on a fantastic career. When one of the only 7 or 8 players who have played 100 test matches for India, and India has contributed a lot in a lot of test match winning abroad and India as well. Nobody can forget that 281. I think it still stays fresh in anyone's mind, and it's been a great motivator for all the youngsters. He's always stayed like a bigger brother with everyone.
A fantastic service to the Indian cricket, and what a cricketer, and I'm his big fan, and always been his fan, when I was selector also. For Laxman, for me, was always a special player, and very exciting to watch also, and it's very difficult to get such players like this in 50 years time. I think this is one of the finest cricketers, and Laxman has played all the innings in difficult situation, difficult condition, and especially on the difficult tracks. He has always come out with flying colours, and when you look at the 10 years of Indian cricket, test cricket record, I think he has played a major role, winning most of the test matches.
Right, there you heard reactions from the cricketing fraternity on VVS Laxman's retirement. Of course, the BCCI's handling of the entire matter has overshadowed what could have been a very emotional but, forward-looking day for India. In days to come, of course, we will ponder on just how India will replace Rahul Dravid and VVS Laxman in the test team and whether youngsters are up for that challenge. Nikhil and Sourav Ganguly, thanks a lot for joining us. Appreciate you joining us on the show today.